A team's logo says a lot about the team.
Those interlocking letters face the correct way on both sides of the helmet, making them one of two teams, the Ravens are the other, who have two different logos on their helmets.
In terms of strictly the intimidation factor, how do all 32 logos stack up against one another? Well, that's what we're here to solve. So let's get right into it. And hey, a big shout out to One Bad Ghoul Rhinomite 2008 for suggesting this video. Number 32, Washington Commanders. With the Commanders team name, Washington had countless avenues to get creative with their logo. But rather than implement a commander or something menacing in their logo, they just went with the simple W. Yay! How unlike anything we've seen before. Literally a letter. They couldn't tie in a commander or something else football related in there? Number 31, Green Bay Packers. Not all here to complain about the Packers logo, team name, or jerseys. They're among the most iconic in American sports. But from an intimidation standpoint, there's truly nothing scary about a simple G. If anything, the green and yellow colors around the white G give it a more welcoming and comfortable look, if you will. Number 30, Chicago Bears. If the Bears used their alternate logo, a real bear, they'd be in the top 5 on this list. But instead, the Bears have continued to use the good old boring orange-colored C as their main logo. A reminder that the name Chicago starts with the letter C. Hey, at least the team name rocks. Number 29, New York Giants. It's one of the most common names in all of sports, but we don't have an issue with a Giants team name. It's just, why do the Giants also have to be one of those teams to use their city initials as the main logo? Number 28, Cleveland Browns. If the Browns used their alternate logo of the dog, they would also be higher on this list. But no bother. They are just more than content to use the bland logo of an orange-colored football helmet. Number 27, San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, we know, another logo that simply shows the 49ers initials of SF. Not exactly flattering. What we do like is how the SF is placed in an oval shaped like football. At least they're able to use a little bit of creativity on that front, and the color schemes are simply nicer than the logos that rank below the 49ers on this list. Number 26, New Orleans Saints. We absolutely love the team name Saints, and their jersey colors will always rank among the very best. But when your team name is as comforting as the Saints, well, you're not exactly going to have the intimidation factor in your logo, now are ya? Number 25, Indianapolis Colts. Hard to make a logo scary looking when your team name is the Colts. Robert Irsay opted to keep the original team name intact after relocating the franchise from Baltimore in 1984. But hey, at least the logo is a horseshoe. Way better than a simple I or C letter as the logo. That said, it would be cool if the Colts used their old logo and implemented a fierce-looking horse of some kind to complement the horseshoe. Number 24, Miami Dolphins. A dolphin isn't exactly the most intimidating of creature. They're beautiful creatures and well known for being super friendly to humans. But the football team here did a good job of making their creature look a little more fierce. Their previous logo of the smiling dolphin with the helmet certainly was not intimidating. But hey, it was adorable. Number 23, New York Jets. Nothing overly intimidating about a green/white logo that says New York Jets on it, but at least the Jets were able to implement a football inside a football shaped like oval. So hey, bonus points for being a little more creative there. Number 22, Cincinnati Bengals. You see, unlike the other teams that use a letter as their primary logo, the Bengals actually got a little artistic with theirs. They have the Bengal stripe pattern in their B, and that at least offers a nice reminder of the intimidating creature. Granted, the Bengals would be in the top 10 on this list if they had just used the logo of the angry-looking Bengal. But hey, at least they put some thought and creativity into making the B cool looking, I guess. Number 21, Dallas Cowboys. It's simple yet so iconic and historic. Cowboys' white/blue star is one of the most universally recognized sports logos, and we can only hope that the Jones family will never consider changing it. We can't say that the Cowboys logo carries much of an intimidation factor, however. But the team name speaks for itself, so why bother getting overly fancy and cute with the logo? It is just fine as is. Number 20, Pittsburgh Steelers. Like the Cowboys, the Steelers have one of the most recognizable and beloved logos in all sports. It's not exactly intimidating, but the Steelers will always win points with the bright colors and unique designs. Plus, the name Steelers sounds kind of intimidating itself. Steel City. Nobody wants to get hit by steel either, and the terrible towel and rowdy atmosphere at Acrisure Stadium are intimidating enough. The Steelers needn't worry about how scary their logo looks. Number 19, Kansas City Chiefs. The design and colors of the KC logo are done nicely here. And if you look closely, you'll see that the shape is that of an arrowhead. It's a sneaky creative way of designing the logo, not to mention they also play at Arrowhead Stadium. Number 18, Tennessee Titans. So you would think with a team name like the Titans that the organization would have a more scary looking logo. But the navy, turquoise, and red colored flames are kind of campy and they don't at all look realistic. The T in the circle at least has a nice touch. Honestly though, silver and black instead of turquoise and navy would make this logo look better than it really is. The cartoonish colors are a bigger problem than the logo itself. Number 17, Los Angeles Rams. The Rams' previous logo would have placed them much closer to the top 10. The name itself is just perfect for a football team, considering that the game itself features plenty of ramming into other players. Rams' current logo was met with widespread criticism, and we still don't like it as much as the last. But at least they were able to tie in the ram horns into this logo, adding a small sprinkle of intimidation into it. Number 16, Houston Texans. Look, the Texans have one of the most uncreative and boring team names in sports. But the Texans make up for their boring team name with a slick logo and a nice color scheme here. We definitely dig the bull's head here, which has a nice nod to the wildlife there in the Lone Star State. We'll add this, the logo would have been a little scarier looking if they gave the bull some eyes and maybe a mouth. Number 15, New England Patriots. The so-called Flying Elvis logo has taken its fair share of heat, but we don't get it. The Patriots logo is one of the NFL's best, and their color schemes of navy red, white, and gray perfectly symbolize proud Americans. Number 14, Los Angeles Chargers. With a team named Chargers and the logo of a lightning bolt, you'd think that the Chargers would be higher on this list, right? Well, not necessarily. I mean, hey, a yellow and turquoise colored lightning bolt looks a little more cartoonish than anything else, really. But, the actual lightning bolt itself is enough to crack the top half of our list. Number 13, Arizona Cardinals. Considering how adorable and harmless cardinal birds are, you gotta give the team some credit for putting together a somewhat fierce-looking bird here. I mean, it's at least scarier looking than the St. Louis Cardinals logo. Number 12, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, pretty intimidating, with the smiling skull and two swords. A respectable Jolly Roger. Definitely not something to mess around with. Number 11, Minnesota Vikings. We love everything about the Vikings' uniforms, logo, and team name. Of course, you'll want something that looks fearsome when you're named Vikings. And you know what? The football team perfectly presents the logo that way. No wonder the logo has seen very few changes over this past 6 decades. Why fix something that ain't broke? The Vikings' horns on the helmet add that extra bonus of intimidating points. Number 10, Las Vegas Raiders. With all due respect to the Bucs, the Raiders barely get the nod here with their pirate-themed logo. There's just something cool about that helmet and eye patch that makes this logo stand out a little bit more. And the two swords are a beautiful finishing touch. Notice that the logo is also in the shape of a shield? Look, it just all works so beautifully. Number 9, Atlanta Falcons. As far as birds go, few are more vicious and aggressive towards humans than the falcon. So Atlanta's NFL team made the right call with their team name, and the logo was done beautifully as well. Also, notice the slick hidden meaning in Atlanta's logo? The falcon bird is shaped like the letter F. Seriously, why couldn't the teams who ranked near the bottom of our list do a fancy shaped letter like the Atlanta Falcons here? Number 8, Carolina Panthers. Now we're starting to get into the meaty part of this list with all the intimidating animals whose logos were actually done right. The Panthers also haven't really changed their logo that much since their inaugural 1995 season. And hey, for good reason. You ever see a photo of a Black Panther with its mouth open? Google it, and you'll see how well the designers did in making the logo resemble it. Number 7, Seattle Seahawks. Staying on the topic of bird-themed names, the Seahawks also did a dandy of a job in designing their logo here. We love the alliteration and playoff Seattle, and their jerseys are right up there with the NFL's best. Number 6, Detroit Lions. Look, not a whole lot really has to be said on this one. When you think of which animals you'd least like to come face to face with, I think the lion immediately jumps out. Some might find the blue-colored Lions logo a little bit cheesy, but it works for us. Number 5, Buffalo Bills. Speaking of creatures you definitely don't want to confront in person, at least in the open wild, the Bills of course are named after legendary American bison hunter and soldier Buffalo Bill Cody. But being based in Buffalo and all, the Bills organization creatively decided to form their logo around an actual buffalo. And now that the Bills are actually good at football, doesn't it scare opponents a little bit more when they see that logo on their schedule? Number 4, Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens named their team as such because of the great poet Edgar Allan Poe. You probably studied his most well-known poem, The Raven, in high school, and Poe is buried in Baltimore. Ravens are known for being territorial and aggressive when humans or other creatures come close, so hey, it's a pretty perfect name for a football team, since the Ravens' defense is trying to protect their end of the field. Okay, maybe a little bit of a stretch there. But regardless, the logo designers did a wonderful job here in making the Raven itself look fierce, menacing, and threatening. Number 3. Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars logo has undergone several changes since their inception in 1995, but there have been 2 consistencies with it: awesomeness and pure intimidation. Nobody wants to deal with a giant cat out in the wilderness. Look at the razor-sharp teeth in that Jacksonville logo. That is Intimidation 101, ladies and gentlemen. Number 2, Denver Broncos. The Broncos' old logo with the horse inside the letter D was pretty cool and all, but the one they've used since 1997 is even greater. The Broncos logo displays the look of a determined, angry, and aggressive horse. And that's how it should be when you're trying to win in the physically punishing and unforgiving game of football. Number 1. Philadelphia Eagles. Hey, congrats to the Eagles. You are the proud owners of the NFL's most intimidating looking logos. No, the eagle isn't the most aggressive nor intimidating creature among NFL team names, but the intimidation factor is just grade A stuff here. But which NFL team do you think has the most intimidating logo? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton, and hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.